5-3, the final home game of the season, and it's crunch time at Loftus Road. Fulham must beat Everton to ensure Premiership survival. With Everton vying for a UEFA Cup spot, both teams have everything to play for this afternoon, and the tension is palpable as the teams leave their respective dressing rooms and assemble in the tunnel.
Come on, lads!
Forward to Barmorte, still Louis Barmorte. Now Steve Malbranc, can Fulham carve something out of this break? Plays it nicely into path of Barmorte, and it's almost an own goal. John Davis is making a run. A clever glancing header from Davis, nearly does, and it's an own goal from Alan Stubbs. It's a clever touch from Sean Davis, and poor old Alan Stubbs lofts it into his own goal at the school end. Always such a troublesome bag of spanners for defenders to deal with, and he's been upended by Everton. Fulham have a free kick. A fortunate one for once. Steve Malbranc with the Fulham free kick then. Drills it goals, it's nearly slipped through, has it? And it's a goal! Steve Malbranc with his 14th of the season, and it's another fortunate one for Fulham. They're 2 goals to the good, 4 minutes from the break. Just creeping over Richard Wright's line, and Richard Wright was unable to deal with that in the near post, and that's blatantly over the line.
After the first 45, it's all going to plan for Fulham, but Everton's Richard Wright is feeling the pressure. Still furiously contesting the second of 2 soft goals, Wright's protests continue into the tunnel, but referee Barber is unmoved. Fulham have had the better of the game, but Everton are still far from beaten. Despite the 2-goal cushion, Coleman's men know they must retain their concentration and focus in the second half. The next 45 will be crucial.
We're underway then. Still Clark, right football towards Elvis Hammond. It's a good one. Hammond's able to glance it into the path of Steve Malbranc. Fulham's coming up in support. Still Steve Malbranc though. Malbranc's left foot shot nearly falls to Elvis Hammond, but good keeping from Richard Wright. Lee Clark. Again another chance of a break. Barmorte combining with Hammond. Barmorte. Malbranc's in the centre. Is he going to go it alone? Louis Barmorte! Oh, cannons off the side netting. Davis clears to Louis Saha, who's up against Pistone. Barmorte in an excellent position on the left as Unsworth gets back. Still Louis Saha though for Fulham. Right foot shot from Saha. Flashes across Richard Wright's goal. Now Lee Clark. Over the head of Hales to Saha. Hales. Inside to Louis Saha, tries his luck from distance. Louis Saha! Great save, Richard Wright. Play 4, 1-2, drawn 1, lost 1. Admirable managerial baptism for Chris Coleman. And there is the final whistle. Fulham's home form, home games end on a winning note. Fulham 2, Everton 1.
After a nerve-wracking few weeks, Fulham are mathematically safe from relegation, and top-flight football is once again secured. Caretaker manager Chris Coleman has achieved what he was brought in to do 4 games ago, and in just under a fortnight's time he'll be named as the man to guide Fulham through his 3rd successive Premiership campaign, this time as the club's new full-time manager. But this is the story of Fulham's 2nd Premiership season, a season where survival was the name of the game. The 2002-2003 season involved a staggering 58 games, played in 5 different competitions over a gruelling 10 months. With the majority of their Premiership peers still soaking up the summer sun, Fulham's marathon campaign kicked off in early July with what was to become a victorious Intertoto Cup debut.
Fed right back to Zat Knight at the heart of the Fulham defence, and they start again down the other side through Finnan. Inamoto slides it on Sava. Inamoto, great football! Oh, what a super goal! A brilliant goal by Fulham. And after the struggles they had staying in the Premiership last season, Fulham have begun this campaign in sparkling form. A lovely interchange of passes between Inamoto, the Japanese World Cup player, and Facundo Sava, the Argentinian. Bologna continuing to do better. Oh, they have equalised, and you'd have to say that maybe Van der Sar was a little bit slow to get down to that. Zaccardo for Bologna, cut out by Sean Davis. Sahar heads it down for Boamorte, whose pace was a feature of the first half, and he just ghosts past the first challenger. Here's Sean Davis onto Marley, who couldn't pull it down. Inamoto! Oh, Inamoto! What a strike! You just wonder why Inamoto never got his chance at Highbury. Scores Fulham's 2nd goal in the 1st minute of the 2nd half. Here's Boamorte, whose pace has tormented Bologna down that left side. He gets it into the middle. Marley, Lekvinsky, Inamoto completes a hat-trick. Well, Junichi Inamoto scored goals in the World Cup against Belgium and Russia. He was Japan's hero during their World Cup campaign, and he's Fulham's hero tonight. Good back header that's picked up by Van der Sar, and the referee checks his watch. And that's it. Fulham's season began in midsummer, but it's worth it. Inamoto's hat-trick tonight has confirmed that Fulham have won the Intertoto Cup final, and they're into the UEFA Cup for the first time in their history.
After a record-breaking European debut by a British side, by the time the Premiership season kicked off in August 17, Fulham were already a well-oiled machine, riding high on the crest of a European wave, and went top of the Premiership after the opening league game at Loftus Road.
First game at their new venue, it didn't exactly start off going to plan.
And Fulham are responding very positively. Louis Sahar, he's brought down. Is that a penalty? It is! It's Bergson who's brought him down, and incredibly, within 10 minutes, we have 2 penalties here at Loftus Road. Well, Louis Sahar had gone round the outside of Bergson, and the referee had no hesitation at all that time either. Little flick of the heel from Bergson first time. He was nowhere near the ball. Louis Sahar entrusted with scoring Fulham's equaliser, which he does. Two goals, two penalties, 10 minutes played. Well, it was well struck. Jääskeläinen guessed correctly, but Zaha with his eyes firmly focused on the ball. Davis, Legwinski. Poked on by Finnan, lovely play. Legwinski, can he finish it? Yes, he can, and that was simply glorious. Fulham's traditions of style and flair, perfectly finished, perfectly executed. A three-man move, and as Ngotti was taken out of it, Legwinski sidestepping his man, pulling it inside Ngotti, and then stroking it underneath Jääskeläinen. That's a brilliant finish. And that really is what flowing, passing football is all about. Another of the Bolton newcomers, Akin Bülent, the Turkish midfield player, unable to play after a knee operation. He's still recovering. And here come Fulham, and they've got a wave of white shirts probing into that Bolton half. Belmorte going down, it's another penalty. Would you believe it? And Mondi puts his head in his hands. The third penalty of the afternoon already. This time, Steve Marley with a chance to register his first goal. It's 3-1.